Did you know that something in your bedroom, something you probably use every single night, might actually be harming your health without you even realizing it? Many older adults struggle with sleep issues, headaches, memory fog, or even breathing problems, and often, we blame it on age. But what if part of the problem is something right next to your bed? In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 common things that might be sitting right in your bedroom and quietly affecting your health. But don't worry, every one of these problems has a simple fix. We're not talking about buying expensive devices or making big lifestyle changes. These are small, practical steps that you can take starting tonight to sleep better and protect your health long term. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Drop your city or state in the comments below. I always love seeing how far our community is reaching. Point 1. Digital alarm clocks. It's just a small device on your nightstand, right? But what many people don't realize is that these clocks give off electromagnetic radiation 24 hours a day, even when you're not touching them. And because they sit just inches from your head while you sleep, that radiation has a direct path to your brain and vital organs, every single night. Now, for someone younger, their body may be able to handle a little bit of that exposure. But for older adults, it's different. Our bodies don't bounce back the same way. Research from environmental health experts shows that adults over 65 are up to 3 times more sensitive to radiation damage. That's because the cells in our body repair more slowly with age, and our immune system becomes less efficient over time. That means the same clock you've had for years might be quietly interfering with your sleep, your memory, and even your body's ability to heal. You might be thinking, well, I sleep just fine. But here's the thing, poor sleep caused by EMF radiation doesn't always feel like tossing and turning. It can show up in other ways, waking up tired, having morning headaches, or feeling mentally foggy during the day. Some people even experience mood changes or a weakened immune response. There's a true story of a retired teacher named Evelyn, age 73, who went through this. She had terrible insomnia for years. Tried medication, meditation, and even changing her diet, nothing worked. One day, she read about radiation from digital clocks and realized hers was only a foot away from her pillow. She switched it out for a simple battery-powered analog clock. Within days, her sleep dramatically improved, and her headaches stopped. That one small change made a huge difference in her daily life. If you're using a digital clock, here's what you can do. Replace it with a battery-operated analog clock, something that doesn't plug into the wall. Or, if you really want to keep your digital one, move it at least 6 feet away from your bed. That alone can help reduce your exposure while you sleep. Point 2. Wi-Fi routers and wireless devices. It helps you stay connected, stream videos, and talk to loved ones. But if your router is sitting in or near your bedroom, especially if it's just a few feet from where you sleep, it could be quietly affecting your health every single night. Wi-Fi routers constantly send out radio frequency, RF, radiation, even when you're not using the internet. That radiation doesn't stop when you go to sleep, it's there, pulsing all night long. And while this radiation might not be a big deal for a younger, healthier person, it can be a lot more harmful for someone over 65. That's because our body's natural defenses, especially something called the blood-brain barrier, start to weaken with age. What does that mean in simple terms? The blood-brain barrier is like a security gate that protects your brain from harmful substances. But studies show that radiation from Wi-Fi routers can weaken that gate, especially in older adults. That could lead to more toxins reaching the brain and may cause memory problems, sleep disturbances, and even confusion over time. Let me tell you about Stanley, a 71-year-old retired engineer from Michigan. He was always tech-savvy and kept his Wi-Fi router right on top of his bedroom dresser, just 8 feet from his bed. Over a few months, he noticed his memory slipping. He felt foggy in the mornings, sometimes confused during the day, and even started having irregular heartbeats. His cardiologist asked him to try moving the router out of his bedroom. Stanley was skeptical but gave it a shot. Within a few weeks, his symptoms improved significantly, and his memory test scores even went up by nearly 30%. Here's what you can do. Move your Wi-Fi router as far away from your bedroom as possible. Ideally, put it in another room, or even on another floor, if you can. And here's an easy bonus tip: set a timer to turn your router off at night. You don't need the internet while you're sleeping, and this small step can reduce your exposure overnight. If you really want to go the extra mile, switch to wired connections using Ethernet cables, especially in rooms where you sleep. Point 3. Plug in air fresheners and ionizers. You know, those little devices that promise a fresh, clean-smelling room? A lot of older adults like to keep their bedroom smelling pleasant, especially if they have guests or just enjoy a cozy space. But these devices may be doing more harm than good, especially while you sleep. Most plug-in air fresheners give off two kinds of danger: invisible electromagnetic radiation and chemical particles. While they're plugged in, they constantly release a low level of radiation. That alone is something to be careful about, especially if it's right by your bed. But the bigger concern is what happens when that radiation mixes with the chemicals in the scent formula. When you're sleeping, your breathing is deeper and slower, which means your lungs are pulling in more of those particles all night long. Doctors who study lung health, especially at institutions like Johns Hopkins, have found that adults over 65 can lose up to 23% of their lung function in just 30 days of nightly exposure to electric air fresheners. That means coughing, tight chest, shallow breathing, or feeling winded even after light activity. And it often gets blamed on age, when in reality, the air you're breathing might be part of the problem. Let me tell you about Virginia, a 77-year-old widow from Florida. She used plug-in fresheners in every room of her house, especially in the bedroom. It gave her a sense of peace and cleanliness. But then she developed a constant cough and started having trouble catching her breath at night. Her doctors couldn't figure it out. One day, while she was away visiting her daughter removed all the air fresheners from the house. Just a few days later, Virginia started breathing better. When she got home and left them unplugged, the improvement continued. Her lungs felt stronger, her sleep improved, and the cough disappeared. Here's what you can do: unplug and remove any electric air fresheners or ionizers from your bedroom, tonight. Instead, try natural options. Place a small bowl of baking soda to absorb odors, or use cotton balls with a few drops of essential oil placed safely away from your bed. You can also try natural lavender or cedar sachets. Point 4. Charging smartphones and tablets. Now let's talk about something almost everyone does: charging your phone or tablet next to your bed. It's convenient, right? You can check the time, use it as an alarm, or scroll before falling asleep. But keeping a charging device on your nightstand, even just a few feet away, might be quietly affecting your health, especially if you're over 65. Here's why. When a phone or tablet is plugged in and charging, it doesn't just emit regular electromagnetic radiation like it does during the day. The charging process actually increases the magnetic field, creating a stronger radiation zone around the device. And if that device is on your nightstand, or worse, under your pillow, you're spending 6 to 8 hours every night right next to a powerful energy field. That's when your body is trying to repair itself, restore energy, and protect your brain and heart. According to the National Institute on Aging, this kind of exposure during sleep can accelerate cellular aging by up to 40% in older adults. What does that mean in real life? It could lead to more frequent headaches, ringing in the ears, memory problems, and even trouble with your heart. And you might not even realize your device is part of the problem. Take the example of Thomas, a 69-year-old retired professor from Arizona. For years, he kept his smartphone charging right next to his bed. It was his alarm, his flashlight, and his night clock. But he started waking up with a buzzing in his ears, dull headaches, and poor sleep quality. His doctor suggested moving the phone out of the bedroom and using a simple analog clock instead. At first, Thomas resisted. But after just 10 days of charging his phone in the living room, everything changed. His headaches went away, the ringing stopped, and his sleep tracker showed a 62% improvement in deep sleep. Here's what you can do starting tonight. Set up a charging station in another room, like the kitchen, hallway, or office. If you absolutely must keep your phone in the room, put it in airplane mode while you sleep and keep it at least 6 feet away from your bed. And instead of using your phone as an alarm, get yourself a battery-powered clock. They're simple, reliable, and safe. Point 5. Electric blankets and heating pads. For many older adults, staying warm at night is a real comfort. Whether it's winter chills, arthritis, or just thin skin that feels cold easily, these heated products feel like a blessing. But here's the part that most people don't realize. While they keep you warm, they also expose your body to direct, prolonged radiation, all night long. Unlike a router or a phone that's a few feet away, an electric blanket wraps around your entire body. That means the electromagnetic field it creates is in constant, full-body contact for hours at a time. And during sleep, when your heart, joints, and brain are supposed to be resting and repairing, this field can quietly interfere with those vital processes. Experts at the Environmental Medicine Research Institute have shown that older adults who use electric blankets can experience up to a 35% increase in inflammation markers. That's a big deal. It means your body might be under low-grade stress, which can lead to issues like joint pain, poor sleep, heart arrhythmias, and immune problems. These symptoms often creep up slowly, and most people never link them back to their electric blanket. Take Dorothy, a 75-year-old retiree from Minnesota. Winters were harsh, and she relied on her electric blanket every single night. But then she started noticing strange changes, joint aches that wouldn't go away, a fluttering feeling in her chest, and waking up more than 5 times a night. Her cardiologist asked if she used an electric blanket and gently advised her to stop. She was skeptical but agreed to try something else. She switched to flannel sheets, a down comforter, and a hot water bottle at her feet. Within 3 weeks, her symptoms were nearly gone, her joint pain eased, her heart palpitations stopped, and she was finally sleeping through the night. If you're using an electric blanket or plug-in heating pad, here's what you can do: replace it with natural bedding options like wool or down, and layer up with warm flannel. To warm your bed before you get in, use a hot water bottle or even a microwavable rice or flax bag. If you need heat for pain relief, use those same heat packs instead of plugging in a pad overnight. Warmth is important, but not at the cost of your heart, joints, or peaceful sleep. Protect yourself by switching to safer, non-electric options starting tonight. Now that we've gone through all 5 hidden dangers, let's take a moment to reflect on what this really means. Your bedroom is supposed to be the one place where your body can truly rest, heal, and recharge. But for many older adults, it's become a quiet trap, filled with devices and conveniences that slowly chip away at health without making a sound. Not because you did anything wrong, but because nobody ever told you these things could be harmful. Each of these steps takes only a few minutes, and none of them require a trip to the store. But together, they can transform your bedroom into a true healing space. A place where your body feels safe again. Where you wake up feeling rested, not foggy. Where your lungs, heart, brain, and joints get the break they need to keep you strong and steady. If even one of these items is in your bedroom right now, it's not too late to fix it. You have the power to protect your health, starting tonight. And if this message opened your eyes or helped you in any way, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love, especially if they're over 65. A single conversation could make all the difference in their sleep, health, and peace of mind. Let's help each other stay well, one small change at a time.